One of the key things that you need to be able to do as a platform operator is to protect your services from being overwhelmed, malicious or not. We're going to show you how easy that is to do using the new demand control feature of Apollo Router, enabling you to maintain continuity of service. Let's dive in and take a look. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the router YAML and enable the preview demand control feature. We're going to set the mode to measure initially because we need to collect information about what operations are being sent through the router before we decide to block anything. We're also going to set an arbitrary maximum size. It doesn't really matter at the moment. The other thing that you're going to want to do is to set up advanced telemetry, and I've got an example configuration here so that we can feed the information to a dashboard so that we can have a look. So let's take a look at the Datadog dashboard. I've set this up to show me the top N operations in terms of cost, and the one we're actually interested in here at the moment is cost estimated. You can see that complex query is coming in at quite expensive, and the reason for that is in this case it's a malicious actor, and we want to block that. We want to prevent that query. So the first thing we need to do is to go back to our router configuration, and we're going to set the maximum cost to 150. If we go back to our dashboard now, we can see that complex query has now moved from the OK panel to the too expensive panel. That's going to prevent complex query from being executed, but moderate query and simple query are going to go through just fine. And this is what we want. The complex query from this malicious actor is being weeded out. And this is an iterative process, but with this feature you've now got the power, the visibility to see the cost of operations being sent. So we've spent some time monitoring, we've found the perfect value for the cost threshold. The last thing we need to do is to enable enforcement of that threshold. Because if we go to the sandbox at the moment, you can see that the expensive query is still being executed. So let's quickly jump back to the configuration. We're going to set that to enforce mode. And if we go back to sandbox and execute the query now, you can see cost estimated too expensive. Those queries are now being rejected. The malicious user cannot harm your router and it cannot harm your subgraphs. Demand control is an important aspect of running any API at scale. Cost calculation makes that easy, and it's going to give you peace of mind.